All right, so I'm sure you've heard the news. Joe Biden is out. Kamala Harris has been nominated, has received support to become the candidate for president in 2024. Now, I heard about this on Sunday, July 21st, about 2 o'clock. I was driving to get ice cream with my wife. NPR was on, as I usually listen to NPR when I'm driving. And they were talking about this situation. I wasn't really surprised, but I was surprised that it happened on a Sunday. That's weird. I figured we would have a weekday update for this. We got some amazing stuff on Twitter, though, about this. Now, before we dive in, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed because YouTube does unsubscribe people every single day. Let's take a look at the Twitter stuff here. We got this from, I guess, the Redditors are getting sterilized because Biden dropped out, is what it says. And Dark Dragoon 324 says, "We're effed. I need to go get my uterus removed while I still have some bodily autonomy left. I refuse to live in the effing Handmaid's Tale." Really? The effing Handmaid's Tale. Now, I don't know. I've not read the Handmaid's Tale. Margaret Atwood. I've not seen the show. But women in the Handmaid's Tale are used solely for the purposes of breeding and raising children, is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please go down in the comments. Let me know. I have not read that. Not seen the show. Sounds like paradise to me, right? Because I'm such a bigot. Look, women in the Western world have always worked. Women in the Western world will continue to work for the rest of time. There's never going to be a time when women stop working. There's never going to be a time when women are used for chattel breeding. I need to do the same, Sword Butt says. I was already planning on it, but now my timeline is going to be much different. Why do you women all want to have your body parts removed to keep from having children? You have so many options to keep you from getting pregnant. You do not have to have a child if you do not want to. There's nothing making you have a child because you can take all sorts of different birth control options, or you can just not have sex, or you can get an abortion. Quite well read says, "I had mine removed last month, just in the nick of time, apparently." And then she has a laughing face, and I don't know what the other face is, some sort of crying face. And then Jawa Nessa says, "I got my hysterectomy in December. Do it. Recovery was much easier than I thought it would be." And then she says, "Check out our hysterectomy dot." I'm sure it's .com, whatever. Really? Well, I mean, Trump was already president. Were women confined to the role of child rearing? Is that it? Is that what happened? I mean, is my memory faulty on this? Because, as I recall, women maintained all of the bodily autonomy that they had before. Now we have panic attack here. Panic attack over Biden dropping out. So Joe Biden just dropped out of the election, and I am freaking out at the idea of a Trump presidency again. I am a male to female trans, and I just know that if Trump wins, the world is going to be taken over by white nationalist Christian terrorists. Okay, I don't think it's going to happen, especially not the whole world, considering like Muslims make up a huge percentage of the world. Over 1 billion people in the world are Muslim. And by the way, they're the ones who are more like the Handmaid's Tale. Sorry to tell you guys. I mean, I know they're your favorite religion, but they are more like the Handmaid's Tale and their religion than the Christians are. But yeah, it would be pretty terrible if Christians took over the world. Christian nationalists took over the world, because there'd probably be a lot of people who took it too far and were not, I guess, tolerant of those who were not Christian. I truly believe that we will see LGBTQIA plus people being put in trains to concentration camps if he wins. I have been eating Ativan like Skittles, crying all morning, but I just can't even right now. Well, that didn't happen. That didn't happen last time Trump was president. What is Ativan? Let me see what that is. Ativan for alcohol withdrawal syndrome? Oh, for anxiety. Okay. All right. Well, Ativan's for anxiety. There you go. Let me tell you, if you're actually anxious for a reason, it's not a chemical imbalance. I don't know what's... It's like if you're depressed for a reason, it's not a chemical imbalance. And now we have Joe. We've seen Joe a lot on Twitter. "I told my 11-year-old daughter that Joe had dropped out, and she started to cry. And through her tears, she asked, 'So who will run now?' And I said, 'Camel toe.' And then she shouted, 'F yes!'" Your 11-year-old did not shout that. That did not happen. This is stupid. Why would you allow your 11-year-old daughter to speak that way? If you are allowing your 11-year-old daughter to speak that way, I think I can understand what part of the problem is in this world. Let's take a look at Biden's statement here. Joseph R. Biden Jr., "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation." You mean at destroying the nation? Is that what you're talking about, the progress you're talking about? Because that seems to be going quite swimmingly. Thank you for opening the border. "Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. That's almost always true. In fact, I think it's always true that America has the strongest economy in the world, isn't it? That's always true. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation. Are you sure about that? In lowering prescription drug costs for seniors and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. Okay, this is a lie. He has lowered prescription drug costs, but as far as I can tell, it's to everyone, because I am not a senior citizen, and the cost of my prescription has gone way down. Like, it's been cut down by, like, I don't know, 70%, something like that. We provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances. I don't know about that. Passed the first gun safety law in 30 years. Oh, yippee, just what we needed. Appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court. Oh my, oh, we did it. We got an African American woman on the Supreme Court. Just what we needed. One who doesn't know what a woman is even. So how, are you sure that she's a woman, Joe Biden? Because she doesn't know what a woman is. Freaking idiot. Oh, that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. She could have been a freaking Martian for all it matters. Can she do the job? That's what matters. And passed the most significant climate legislation in history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. You know what? I don't think they have passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. I don't think that's the case. The history of the world, maybe the history of the country, but not the history of the world. Because there's a lot of other countries out there that are like, we want to really cut back on, carbon emissions. So let's do this thing. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic, right? We all know. And the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. No, that was 2008, stupid. That was not in your tenure as president. We've protected and preserved our democracy. We have a republic. And we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. No, we haven't. Because there's ground war in Europe. And we pulled out of Afghanistan and left all of our stuff there. So they can say, haha, screw you, America. We're going to just implement everything we had before you came. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. Oh, yeah, you mean you're going to mumble incoherently for an hour and a half? Well, maybe not that long, because I don't think you could stand for that long, but, 30 minutes at least. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. How much of a partner is Harris? It's my understanding that the president and the vice president, they don't work together to do things. They're kept separate almost all of the time in case one of them is ended by, a 20-year-old on the rooftop when the Secret Service could be like, hey, yeah, make sure we guard that rooftop. So they don't she does things. I suppose he's considering her doing things. What little bit that she does is a partnership. Okay. I believe today, what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. Okay then. Well, I don't know what to say about that. We have more fun Twitter stuff though, like Joy Reid saying all sorts of good stuff here. Let's see what she has to say.
Note that it is black and brown Democrats who are opposing this push out. I think there's one African American Democrat who's for pushing Biden out. And note that it is consultants and non-people of color Democrats who are on the other side. Just an interesting thing to note. And the last thing I'll note is, where are the voters who are being asked about this, and also the people who would have the job of actually getting out this vote? They're not being asked. No one's asking them. Apparently the donors and the sort of elite Dems are just kind of doing their own thing. Weird time to be a Democrat. Let me know what you think in comments.
Why does that matter? We're supposed to not be focusing on the race of the individuals. We're supposed to think, oh, the color of your skin does not determine what you think. But these people keep pushing that. Oh, no, I think differently because I'm black. As a black woman, as a black man in America, as a this, as a that, whatever. That doesn't matter. Joy's an idiot, and we've already gone over how stupid she is in other videos. Oh, we got Dash Dabrowski here. Republicans are terrified of Camel Toe Harris. She is younger than Donald Trump, smarter than Donald Trump, is a better speaker than Donald Trump, a better debater than Donald Trump, and a better communicator than Donald Trump. This was the GOP's biggest nightmare. Yeah, I don't think that's true. She is, in fact, younger than Donald Trump. Smarter than Donald Trump? I don't know. A better speaker than? No, definitely not a better speaker. A better debate? No, not a better debater. Not a better communicator. She keeps cackling. It doesn't say anything of value at all. We need to, the past is about time. Whatever. I mean, she's just as stupid. So yeah, I did want to say something about this because who knows who we're going to get in there. I mean, I guess it's coming down to Camel Toe. I'll get to say Camel Toe a lot if she gets elected, right? I don't know. Does it have, like, neo-pronouns so I can refer to it as it all the time? The Camel Toe, coming for us all. Well, I don't know about that being an issue if we do go with Camel Toe. Let's see. Kamala Harris approval rating. We'll see what that is. Do we have anything? Here we go. 38.6% approve, 50.4% disapprove. Wow. There's an 11.8% that aren't. Maybe it's not even 11.8%. Just 11% that aren't accounted for. So yeah, I don't know. The results, everything is disapproval here. Nothing is approval. So there you go. I guess if she's going to be the nominee, it looks like it might actually go to Trump. I might be wrong. I've been saying that it's going to be Democrats. Democrats are going to win. But with this approval rating, I don't know. That's pretty low. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see what the woke come up with to kind of explain this away. I'll see you in the next video.